Macmillan Audio presents Small Acts of Courage, A Legacy of Endurance, and the Fight for Democracy. Written and read for you by Ali Velshi. To the remarkable women who have shaped my journey in life. My late paternal grandmother, Jenna, who passed both the wisdom of Gandhi and her own traditions on to my sister and me. My late maternal grandmother, Kulsum, who fixed the world with countless small acts of courage, while almost single-handedly raising 12 children and keeping a small business going. My mother, Mila, without whom our nuclear family's involvement in politics could never have happened, and who gave up her own career in politics to make the courageous choice to prioritize her family in a time of need. My sister, Ishrath, for whom I will vote every time I'm given the chance, but only once per election. My daughter, Erica, who fights injustice not just with courage, but also with the ferocity of Ali Velshi. And my wife, Lori, who never bargained for a ride into the thick of this fight, but who has embraced it not just as my co-pilot and strongest champion, but also in her own work toward the empowerment of women throughout their careers. Prologue. How to Become an American Citizen in 3 Easy Steps. On May 30th, 2020, I got shot in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I don't know who it was who shot me. It could have been an officer of the Minneapolis Police or the Minnesota State Police, or it could have been a member of the National Guard. All I know for certain is that I got shot in the leg with a rubber bullet. Obviously, getting shot with a rubber bullet is not the same as getting shot with a real bullet, but it hurts. We're not talking about a Nerf gun. And if you have the misfortune to take a rubber bullet someplace more sensitive than your leg, like for instance your face, it can cause serious injury, up to and including death. Also, the rubber bullet isn't really the point here. The point is that a law enforcement officer, likely aware of the fact that I was a journalist covering a peaceful march, raised up a gun, took aim, and pulled the trigger. It matters less what was in the chamber when the trigger was pulled, and more that someone felt they had the right to pull it in the first place. That's what makes May 30th, 2020 such an important day for me, because it is the day I finally understood what it meant to be a citizen of the United States of America. The path I took to becoming an American citizen was long, circuitous, and not especially intentional. It took me 18 years, 9 months, and 17 days. I won't waste your time recounting every part of the journey. I can save us countless hours by doing what I try to do with complex issues on television every day, boiling the story down to its essence. I became an American citizen in 3 steps, 3 distinct, indelible moments. The first of these moments was the day I showed up, which is true for every American citizen, whether they arrived in a hospital maternity ward or at the international terminal at JFK. My arrival was only unique in its timing, which, by total coincidence, came on September the 13th, 2001. That was the day I arrived here to stay, crossing the Canada-U.S. border with a faxed copy of my O1 visa, riding my Honda Hawk 750cc motorcycle across the George Washington Bridge into New York City, with Lower Manhattan still in flames in the distance. At that point, I became a resident of America, but I wasn't an American. I certainly didn't feel American, and unlike many immigrants, I hadn't come here out of a desire to become an American. Canadians have always had a complicated relationship with our impossibly powerful neighbor. We're defensive and protective of our own identity, but at the same time, we can't help but gaze south in awe of what America has to offer. Whether you're a journalist, an actor, or a business person, America gives you a bigger stage.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?